so what I have here is something that I started last night. I actually laid in a spiral using some pastels. And these are also heavy in phosphorus, so I think it's the right word, phosphorus. But anyway, it's basically another word for glow-in-the-dark minerals that they add to a pigment. And as you can tell, it's very, very pastelish. And right now, it's kind of hard to say, you know, what the dimensions are. See the shadow of my phone. I'm not a professional photographer. I do consider myself a professional artist, but I thought I'd share this one with you, you know, because I opened up a website and I better sound like I have some kind of abilities. So I think basically what I'm going to do here is, I see this and I just really love it because I happen to be making my own shadow. So I'm just going to go in there and find that shadow and paint it. It's really pretty. I like it. So now I am basically painting with the palettes of different dark shades. Grays. Gray is probably the most beautiful color that we can have. As you can see, here's this gray. I want to get in here and show this to you. Do you see that beautiful gray? Now the light's kind of sucky, but let me see if I can. I'm not very good at this. Hold on, I'm going to try to move it. Now see, and then I'd have to combine the video, so all that crap I don't know. Here, let's try to do this. I'll come over here. I'll just turn it. Maybe it won't be in the shadow. There we go. That's a little better. All right. Apologize. You're one of my first videos. So if you're still watching, bless your little heart. That's very nice of you. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just come in here and lay in some shadows. And I want to connect it. I want the lights to be connected. Right now, this is more of a medium because you really paint mostly in a medium. You just don't want it to stay in a medium because when you do, you end up with a very flat painting. And some of the greatest landscape artists, especially out there, actually do paint deliberately in this manner. Like I think of Maynard Dixon. He taught Carlson. They all kind of like taught that, you know, shades or something that life is just in shades, I guess, and they, you know, connect the darks and that kind of thing. So as you can see here, I've got this laid in. This is going to be my center, and it's going to be obviously the most furthest point. I say obviously because as an artist, I have lost that so many times, and I want to make sure that I don't this time. So in order to save my spot, I'm going to put a white dot there because that's really the only thing. Is a nice blob of thick white paint dried on there that I couldn't possibly lose without some thought, you know. So I'm gonna put this here. What I did was I dipped my thumb in some white, and so I'm putting a thumb. So Kenny, my husband, and I always joke that, you know, we're going to be such famous artists that one day they're going to clone us. And our DNA is going to be found in our paintings, you know. Skin cells. Especially like when we use glues when I use a hot glue gun and part of my fingers burn off, you know, or something. I mean, it's a joke. I mean, it's the truth though, right? So anyway, now I've got this white on my finger. And I don't really want to be completely white. But obviously, I'd like some areas to be bright, but I don't want to lose the glow in the dark paint that's with it. So again, we're going to try to do more of a line work right now. So I'm just going to kind of come in here where I want it to be even brighter, theoretically, at least during the daylight hours, you know, than its surroundings. And one of the best ways to make a painting interesting is a little bit of contrast, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm just putting a little contrast in here. So now I'm gonna keep building that out. See, now I don't want to have, this is something I want you to avoid. Now obviously I'm using my thumb, so it's the same size paintbrush, it's the same diff. So I don't want my paintbrush to be the same size, because you know, see, look, now that arch is exactly like, what do I do about that? Well, in a way, that's what you find in nature, and that's what you go, wow, isn't nature beautiful? You can find patterns everywhere. And then you get into Fibonacci, and you get into some of the other stuff that like Leonardo da Vinci taught, and you start really thinking you're pretty damn smart, right? Okay, well, I got the white off my thumb, so I'm gonna, because my physical inabilities, because I do lack inabilities physically, unlike everybody else. I want to make $1 zillion on the internet, so do help me out if you can, because I could use your help. So this is going to be an interesting piece, and I'm going to follow whatever it is that it's going to turn out to be, and I don't know. I'm not sure exactly. And I plan to a certain extent. I never say that my work is totally, I got to get it away so I don't have to be in the shadow. That's not very nice, is it, to put you in the shadow like that? You get to look at everything through shadow. Ooh, look at the lights coming from heaven there. That's really pretty. That's something else I can think about, you know? Take the white and just come in there and like lay in a sheen, you know, just like we're seeing, right? Oh, the heavens came in, busted through, made it beautiful, right? Now don't forget, that's my brightest point. And it's further away, so I don't want to muddy it up, but I don't want to dull it down, because everything else around it is going to really push it back if I do this right. That's why I can't go any darker than this particular point right here, right? Because if I go any darker than that here, I won't have anywhere to go lighter down here. And I should have just went ahead and brushed when I was saying that. I've got this beautiful set of golden paints. Here, I'll show you. And they're, oh gosh, there's that stupid shadow. Anyway, they are white, just good old titanium. They are titanium buff, and they are a neutral gray. That's, I think, number 6 or something like that. The next one next to it is another gray. I think it's also I think it's a warm gray. Kind of, well, I don't know if that looks warm. Just a second. Let me see what it is. I have to tell you now because I feel beholden. Let's see. Yeah, the first one's neutral gray. Got that. The second one is, it is another, no, it's not another neutral gray. The next one over is a neutral gray. So yeah, this is a warm gray. Then I was right. Let me find it. Damn it. Oh, it's, no, it's not graphite. That's the graphite. See, and graphite is just like it sounds. Let's see if I can get it to focus here. Okay. Graphite is, I think of it as pencil lead because it's no more lead anymore. So, you know, and anyway, so those are my colors. And then I have Payne's Gray, and I think you pick up things from different artists as you grow as an artist and get to meet some really brilliant people. Lupita Carrasco, she is a big Payne's Gray. At least she used to be, because she used to do like me and paint in acrylic. And I'm not sure what she does with her oils or her watercolors, because she's a dynamic artist. She can do anything, so she paints in all sorts of mediums. But in acrylic, when she was painting acrylic and I paint acrylic, we discussed Payne's Gray and how uniquely suited it is for mixing and shading and that kind of thing. So I think anytime I think of Payne's Gray, I think of that conversation with my friend Peta, who I used to have a studio with for a short period of time, which we basically shared rent and fought over closet space. But it was still good. She is a good friend, and she's a very brilliant artist, and so anyway, if you really want to see some good art, go to Lupita Carrasco. I think she's, well, anyway, I'll get her. She's on Facebook, Peta Carrasco, and anyway, I know she's right now. She's at a gallery Cruiser Gallery in Colorado Springs. So anyway, so that's Payne's Gray, which I think of PETA. So, and that's not necessarily because of anything, but a really informative conversation I had with a friend one day. So, okay, I wasn't going to mix, but do you see how beautiful that is? You've got all these different colors mixed in, you know, with the white. And they're very monochromatic, but at the same time, you can already see the blue coming through, huh? So then I just scoop it up. Look at that. That's so pretty, isn't it? Where is it? Damn it, I can't get to it. Where is this stupid thing? Did you find the keys? I thought you said you did. Okay, so this is the light part.